What's up, everyone? Welcome to P4P TV, home of the safe bet. This is Michael, and it's been a while, but I'm back. Who doggies? We're off to San Antone, Texas, you son bitch, for the featherweight contest between current WBC title holder Mark Magsayo and ex-WBC Super Bantamweight champ Rey Vargas. It's always exciting when the Philippines meets Mexico in the ring, and I anticipate action as both men come into the bout undefeated, and obviously both men look to keep it that way. This will be Magsayo's first defense of his WBC belt since taking it from long-reigning champ Gary Russell Jr. earlier in 2022, and for Vargas, only his second pro bout at 126. It all goes down Saturday the 9th of July 2022. After watching some of his previous bouts and given Gary Russell Jr.'s inactivity, I was not surprised, and I even picked Mark Magsayo to win against Russell when the two met, and so it was. It was not Magsayo's best performance, especially when you consider that Russell basically fought with one arm for most of the fight, but that doesn't take away from the real ability and talent of Magsayo when he is in the zone. His fight with Ceja highlighted his power and his resilience and mental toughness. Defensively, he is often sloppy and trades when maybe he shouldn't, like when under pressure and against the ropes instead of trying to slip out and find space. But offensively, he is dynamite! It's not just the power, it's the rapid-fire hand speed and the multi-punch combinations. It's the ability to close distance in an instant with his reach, but also it's his movement and shifting from side to side and alternating angles, reminiscent of Manny Pacquiao, which is no surprise given that he is his idol, but also the training that they have had together, and of course the coaching and tutelage of both fighters under legendary and Hall of Famer Freddie Roach. Discipline in the ring is another aspect of Magsayo that needs fine-tuning. I've heard Roach on numerous occasions comment on Magsayo not following instructions as he would like, but with more time spent together, I'm hoping this will iron out some of the remaining wrinkles in Magsayo's game. At 26 years of age, he's got time to improve, develop, and build on his record of 24 victories with 16 by way of knockout with 0 losses or draws. Disposing of mandatory opponents aside, we're living in an era where unification bouts is all the talk when considering matchmaking, and should Magsayo come through his bout with Vargas, tantalizing unification bouts with Emmanuel Navarrete, Lee Wood, and Josh Warrington are all exciting fights to be made. Actually, Vargas with any of the aforementioned, should he get through, would make a great matchup. Current WBA Super Champ Leo Santa Cruz is gunning for either Magsayo or Navarrete also. So in terms of potential matchups in the featherweight division, we're spoiled for choice no matter which way the cards fall. For Magsayo, however, he needs to get past Vargas first. Rey Vargas was ordered to face Gary Russell Jr. originally, but that fight never took place. Instead, promotional change, C19 and injury put Vargas out of action for some time before his return to the ring and move up to 126 pounds against Leonardo Baez. In that fight, it didn't look like Vargas had been out of action for long because he picked up where he left off, comfortably controlling the action from the outside and landing clean, accurate shots and bunches almost at will. This is where Vargas is most comfortable. A cautious fighter, Vargas measures his distance and finds his range quickly where he can unload short bursts before moving back out and into safer space. Against Magsayo, he'll have the reach and height advantage, and Vargas uses this well to his advantage in not only controlling the space, but when pressured and moving back, he uses that reach to counter his opponent before slipping away. He's typically the taller guy in fights, so it's impressive that he not only targets the body so well and cleanly, but his uppercuts are on point also. The leverage he gets on those bad boys reminds me of Sebastian Fundora. His head and body movement is impressive, and he can be hard to hit, especially for a shorter fighter, as will be the case with Magsayo. Conversely, Magsayo's head movement isn't all that impressive, and I can see Vargas tagging the head of Magsayo every time he comes in to close the distance. This is where it gets interesting because Magsayo can take a shot and is great at closing the distance, which he'll look to do in this fight. He also has a vicious right hand that he throws coming in wide every now and again, which will land on Vargas at some point, I suspect. Watch Vargas versus Kameda, I think it was. Kameda was able to catch him clean with that looping right. How will Vargas handle Magsayo's power punches if they land is something I'd like to know. Both fighters have been down, but Magsayo is used to getting hit by bigger guys. Magsayo will have to get physical and rough, but the thing is, Vargas handles that kind of pressure well, and Magsayo has to be mindful to not get reckless or impatient, something he's been working on with Freddie Roach. I'll be honest, I think it's a pick'em fight, and I can see it going either way. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to sit down and get my first jab and tell the nurse I'll have what Justin Bieber had, thanks. Bruh. But although I see Vargas working well on the outside and landing jabs all night in Magsayo's face, I think Magsayo catches Vargas with something and turns his lights out. If it goes to points, I'd give it to Vargas, but I'm being really specific on this one and predicting a Magsayo KO win. Well, let's see how it plays out. Before we hear from the experts, a reminder to please jab that like, share, subscribe, and notification bell. Check out our Patreon page to become a Patreon family member where you'll receive some cool perks. Want some merch? We've got t-shirts to baseball caps to phone covers, from boxing to crypto and everything in between. So head on over to In Stock Shop to find something you like. You can find a link below. Life is a fight outside the ring, and I've certainly gone a few rounds. From substance abuse to depression to street fights and trouble with the law, my life has seen a lot of darkness, but I've turned my life around, and my experiences might help you to do the same if you are or have dealt with similar hardships. It's all documented in my book, How to Get Out of Life Traps, and it's available on Amazon. Just find a link below. Thank you for watching P4P TV. Please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates. See you in the next one. Looking for an opportunity to make money? That cryptocurrency is so hot right now. I'm not a financial advisor, but it's pretty obvious that it is growing in popularity and utility, and many folks think that they have missed the boat on cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, but they couldn't be further from the truth. You can mine Bitcoin on your laptop, PC, or mobile phone if they are half decent without having to splurge on expensive mining rigs. In fact, you can do it for free. This is not a paid sponsor, simply a great opportunity and something that I'm doing. And StormGain can help you generate income using credit earned by mining online. Click the link below and start earning crypto today!